Alright, so we are in Foundry. So last time we finished setting up this whole factory, and it is now working. We have everything we need, and it is running along at approximately 100% efficiency. Not exactly, but it's like 95%. That's good enough. I was never really expecting to get 100% efficiency on this. So, with that done, now we move on to the next thing. And the next thing is, I think, first, market office. So there are all these licenses here that we could buy to make our lives easier. And some of them are expensive, some of them are cheap. So, let's see, like, CPU is like 200,000 Fermilite bars. Energy cells are only 70,000, as are circuit boards. And explosives. So what I think I want to do is get energy cells first and foremost, because those are relatively complicated, and just being able to not have to worry about that whole chain of production stuff ever again would be very handy. And we'll figure out what we need to do after, but then the next thing is, I was looking at explosives. So if we automated explosives, we would still need to get liquid fuel, but we could do all the rest of the stuff. So what I want is the heavy explosive charge, because that will let us destroy lava cave bedrock, which will make Fermilite sheets much more convenient to automate. However, I think we should figure out what we can do without those. So heavy-duty transport bots need Fermilite sheets. Light bots we already have. Those require Fermilite sheets. Mining drones are good. Science assistant drones are good, I believe. Hang on, let me check. Hover engine. Yeah, hover engine is relatively simple. Weapon parts need Fermilite sheets though, so look out for that. So if we just ignore Fermilite sheets and do things that don't use them, we get mining drones, science assistant drones, screen bots, snack bots, transport bots, vacuum bots, and cleaning bots. So that's like really a lot that we can get just ignoring Fermilite sheets. So yeah, let's do that. We can worry about the Fermilite sheet locked bots later. For now, we are going to work on the ones that are actually easy to set up. And there are also a whole bunch of other market licenses we can get, like electronic components, which can shortcut things a lot as well. So let's go, I don't know, over here. Oh, we actually need building blocks. So let's head all the way over this way. I would like to buy as many of the materials off of the market as I can, just to save effort. All right, so we get our building blocks, and now we can set up somewhere convenient. I guess this space is empty. Although, yeah, let's just set up over here past these smelters. So, first up, we will do transport bots, because those are the most basic ones. Xenoferrite plates, machinery parts, and electronic components. Now, I can just buy all of those things directly, right? Market office. Yeah, I can. I don't know if I will. Like, they're ultimately quite simple. I think I'm just going to... I don't know. I'll unlock them and see, like, how much they cost, because obviously if they're very expensive, then that changes things. However, the first thing we need to do is set up our final production chain. So we get a shipping pad, and small should be fine for this. We pop that in. And these can go, like, just off the side of that. And make us some transport bots. And these do 12 a minute. And I could theoretically produce, like, I could store a lot on the belts. Because these are all one each. Let's do at least 120 a minute. So let's copy the recipe over. Transport bot. Transport bot. And make this whole giant production line. And keep it going. How many is this going to be? Hopefully more than enough. So I actually think, like, transport bots are used, like, in a lot of the galactic market, so we can probably get a lot of these in. So I could, like, just go absolutely crazy with these. Let's start with this. I mean, it's huge, but it's, like, relatively modest at least. And then in you go. And factory to space station, transport bots. Alright, so now we have that. So now all of these have to output onto this belt. So all of those go in. And we just keep placing them. Alright. Then we need 3 belts for xenoferrite plates, machinery parts, and electronic components. Now, we're going to be expanding out that way if we expand this, so I want these belts to start here and go this way. Alright, electronic components purchase complete. How much do they cost on the market? Click Galactic Market. New trade. Electronic components are 7 per component, and let's see, that would be, how much are these? So these are 1 Techno rods and 2 coils, which is basically 2 rods, which is basically 1.5 ore, which I believe is 1. So they are really a lot more expensive, basically, is the answer. And as far as the share of the profits, the transport bots are 24, And that's 7. So yeah, that's too expensive to be worth it. So I think we are going to just craft them. So that goes along there. And that is the third. Okay, now we have to give all of these 3 inputs. So off we go. Like that. And then a second row of inputs. Just place all these in. And finally, this row of inputs. We'll actually see how many we had. So I had 100 third lane loaders to begin with. So once I place all of these, I can do the math and figure out how many buildings I have. And the answer is 16. Let's make that 20. Just to be a nice round number. 17, 18, 19, 20. And it's quite likely that I'll expand this even more. But those go in. Those go in. And those go in. And then we also have to get this belt for the outputs. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So now we have 240 of each of these are what we need. Because we have 20, 12 times 20, 240. So we need 240 electronic components, 240 machinery parts, 240 xenoferrite plates. So, electronic components first. And these can just go here. And electronic components. That's 40 each. 40, 80, 120, 160, 200, 240. Alright, so then we have an output, which will be this belt. Actually, we could... No, that would probably do weird things, right? No, it would probably work. It would probably work. Although we would have to reorder the inputs. It's going to be easier just to run the belt along this way. So this is the output belt. And it just goes like that. And all of these outputs go there. Then we have 2 input belts, which again run this way. And boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. And long-handled inputs. Alright. So that makes that technomods and wire coils, which means we need 240 technomods and 480 wire coils. So, the next thing we need is, of course, going to be the... What does this even use? Machinery components. We need 240 of those. And I think maybe we just... Is this going to work? This could backfire. No, it should be fine. Because we can expand them out that way. Although, no, it probably isn't going to work actually. Because we need an input to fit in here. So it will work if we just give it a bit more space. So if we just put these like there, there's plenty of room for the input to go in there. And then these can go over this way. Machinery parts, 80, 160, 240. Easy. And then that is the output, and it goes in there. Then we have the input, which is going to be the xenoferrite plates. So all those do that, and all of those do that. And then when we expand production here, those go that way. Okay, so that's that, and then next we need the plates themselves. So we need 240 for that, and another 240 for this, so we need 480 xenoferrite plates. And those will just go here, I guess. Oh, wait, no, xenoferrite plates are smelted, right? Do I even have any smelters in my inventory? I do not. I can make one advanced smelter. Alright, so then this goes in, and it can just go in compactly. So the output goes that way towards the center, the input comes that way out of the center, and we get the same output and input. Alright, so these are the xenoferrite plates. So they need to come this way, and then split, so that some of them go that way, some of them go that way. Alright, we need more smelters, of course, which is steel beams and advanced machinery parts. So let's fly right over here. And while we're over here, we can check the smelters we have to see the rates is 45. And our technorod's the same. Yeah, so smelters output at 45 for both of those. So let's grab the steel beams. Let's grab the advanced machinery parts. And let's make up a bunch of those. So if these are making 45 and we need 480, then we're going to need 11 of them. Which is conveniently how many I cooked up just now. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Should have grabbed building materials. 8, 9, 10. Really just a tiny bit short. We're going to have to head over here and grab some more, and grab some assemblers while we're at it, because we're running low on those. As well as the loaders. Alright, so we grab those. Grab some assemblers. Grab some first lane loaders. And that should be good. Now we fly back over and we finish this off. Alright, so that expands outwards. Fill that area in as well. Get that one. Alright, so then this belt goes this way. This belt goes that way. And we put the outputs in. And the inputs. Those all go there. Alright. And that is the xenoferrite plate supply. So next up, we may as well finish off the xenoferrite half of this. So we have the plates. We have 480 of those. Now we just need to make the crushed ore, which pretty sure, yep, just in a crusher, and nice and easy. Alright, so let's craft up some of these. Don't know how many we're going to need. We need a total output of 480, and we also need to not fall off the foundation. Alright, configure crusher, make xenoferrite ore. So this is 80, 160, 240, 220, 400, one more, and 480. I did this one wrong, so we have to configure that. Alright, so the output goes that way, the input goes that way. Then the output and the input and then this belt just goes into that. Alright, so that is the xenoferrite half. Now the technum half. So we have the electronic components. We have 240 of those. So we need 480 wire coils. So let's get in another assembler. Let's go there. And that makes 160. 320, 480. Easy peasy. Alright, so the output goes that way. The input goes this way. Get rid of that plant. It's been a while since I've had to deal with plants. Alright, then the input comes that way. And we have the outputs there, inputs, boom, boom, boom. Alright, now we take this output belt and we bring it around to one of those. That's the wire coils done. And then finally there's the technum rods, which we're going to need 240 of for that, and 240 for that, so 480 technum rods. It's going to be the same as the amount of smelters we needed. Same as the amount of smelters we needed for the xenoferrite. It's just going to be 11. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9, And then expand this out a little bit more. 10, 11. Alright, so then we have an input and an output. And then the output goes into that. And also into that, right? Right, cool. So that's these once we get this all set up. So the outputs go in there. That's off center, it's gonna bug me. Alright, so the outputs go in. And then we get the inputs. Alright. And inputs done. Alright, so now we just need to do the crushers. So we once again need 480. So let's get some crushers, and high chance we have to make more of these. So we get the crusher. Tell you to make technum ore, and it's 80. We need 480, which means we need, what, 6 of these? And we do not have 6. So we need to grab more machinery parts. So we fly back over to restock. And let's see here, machinery parts, that's this line here. Grab a bunch of those. And we also need xenoferrite plates, unsurprisingly. Alright, so then we can just craft up the last couple of those and return. Alright, so now we're back here. And we have 80, 160, 240, 220, 400, 480. So we have the output, we have the input, and now we just have to get all of these in. And done. Alright, now we just take this, send it right around to there, and now we just need to put in the resources. So we get some space in here, which I don't know how big it has to be. Needs 2 shipping pad smalls. And yep, that's plenty of space. We even leave a room in between so we can access them. And put some space off to the side. So you are space station to factory, technum ore rubble. Confirm. You are space station to factory, xenoferrite ore rubble. Confirm. And now we just have to bring these belts in there and there. All right, that should be that. Once this shows up. Do we have xenoferrite problems? What's going on with the space station? Oh, we're out of xenoferrite on the space station. But we have a giant Giant burst of it coming soon. That's fine then, probably. Yeah, so this list being so short means that we are not even using all of the stuff that we currently have. But while we have this open, I should buy more market licenses, especially for things that I might want to use, like circuit boards. Because it's going just buying those directly is going to be so much easier, because like this stuff is relatively simple, circuit boards are not. Alright, we do have a shipment of xenoferrite coming. All this stuff is setting up. The electronic components are good. There comes the xenoferrite. And off it goes. And there go the plates. And there go the machinery components. Alright, transport bots are now being produced in reasonably high quantities. Not incredibly high, but reasonably high. So this is using, what, 480 as like the maximum belt speed for the various things, right? And if we were to just double this, that would be 960, and then add another one on, and it would be almost like a max speed belt. Let's do that. Let's just double this. Probably won't double it again, but having lots and lots of transport bots is going to be good. So we need crushers. We need another 12 crushers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We need another 22 advanced smelters. Which means we need steel beams and circuit boards. So let's head back and grab those. And then we're also going to need a bunch of assemblers. Alright, so we're here now, and steel beams are where? Okay, they're over here, I guess. Yeah, this is them. Grab those. Then we go a bit forwards, grab the circuit boards. Alright, we have those. And let's grab a whole buttload of assemblers while we're at it. Get those, and probably going to need to restock on those two. And we're going to need more building blocks probably than even that. And we're going to need to get more belts probably. So let's head over here. Alright, market license circuit board complete. Love to see it. Get random biomass out of my inventory, replace it with belts. 2 barrels of oleumite are not needed. Replace that with belts. And we'll go from there. So we need to put in another market office order. Let's do... Which of these am I likely to actually want to buy? Let's do steel beams. Or no, let's even just skip to advanced machinery parts. Steel beams themselves are not that complicated. We can just do that. If it gets up to advanced machinery parts, that might be worth skipping though. Alright, so this is currently 6. We need to make it 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. belts. And put in the belts. And put in the belts. Okay, looks like we are ultimately going to have input problems with these. Alright, then we have 6 of these. So get these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we drag the belts along and back. And we put the outputs in. And we put the inputs out. Alright, so that is that. Next up we have the big lines of smelters. We need another 11 of them. Technically we might be able to get away with 10, but I'm not doing the math to figure out if that's true or not. We're just going to place 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, get rid of that plant. Put that in. Then we drag the belts along. Belt done. Now put in the loaders. And done. And inputs. So all these go in now. And that's done. Alright, now we have to do these ones as well, which might technically be a space problem. Should be fine though. Alright, we finished the market license. Let's put another one in. Station upgrade, market office. Let's see, give me something expensive like CPUs. And then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then that goes over that way, this comes over this way. And then the outputs go in. Right. And then these go in. And yeah, the space station definitely is not keeping up with xenoferrite properly. So is that just because there just simply isn't enough? Galactic market. Yeah, I think we just need to set the target amount here to a much higher number. So we've doubled that, which means we should be buying a lot more xenoferrite. So that should be fine. And let's see, we finished that up. Now we have these, which just another 3. And belts. And loaders. Just using the wrong size there. have those go in. And then do these three, same way. 1, 2, 3. And put in the belts. And the loaders. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, now we have to do the electronic components. There are 6 of these. So, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you get that belt. And these 2 belts. And then the loaders. And size 2. And size 3. Alright, we completed the CPU license, so let's put another one in. Market office, machinery parts. Let's just make sure that we have the easy ones, I guess. Alright, so I think that is just about everything except the main line, which we're going to need more building blocks for, because we need to put down another 20 assemblers, which is not a small amount at all. Alright, what was I doing right? Building blocks. Grab a whole bunch of those. And back over we go. Alright, so we have this row, which is 20 long. So I have to put down another 20. And it looks like we just barely dodged this other this random thing there, so that's good. Alright, so then these apparently face this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. (16, 17, 18, 19, 20). Alright, now we run the belts. Goes that way. And then these 3 all go this way. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and now we get the inputs. No, not there, that's off-centered. We're going to use the same input pattern for all of these. All of these go in. And just a couple more. Alright. Now we get these ones. Place them down. And a couple more. Boom, boom, and boom. And that last one was placed wrong. Alright, now we just put all of these in. Finished another market license. So let's buy Technum rods and keep placing these in. So all these go in, and soon our transport bots will be limitless. Alright, so that's all that. Now we just need to get the outputs. And oh boy, that is a lot of robots. In fact, it is apparently much more than we can actually successfully export. Alright, so is that because... Let's do some upgrades there. So are we, like, short storage? Yes, we need to sell these things. So Galactic Market. And make sure to just add transport bots to all of the supply routes where they're available. That one we've already done. Add it to that one. I guess we can acquire that trade license since it's in a sector we already have. Alright, we need more ships. Backed too far back. Let's buy just another couple small cargo ships and add one of them. So you go in and you get a large amount of those. Then you get a large amount of those. Alright, so that's those two sectors. Now we have these sectors up here. So let's go to that. And any of these that we've bought, yes, this one. And then did we buy this one? Yes. Add transport bots to it. And then did we buy this one? We did, but it somehow doesn't require any transport bots. Alright. Well, mission success. And now these are going off super fast. So if we go to... Ooh. Something is going wrong with our farmer bot production. Transport bot production has spiked, of course. Alright. What has gone wrong with our farmer bots? So we're just going to have to... So this is the final assembly line. I can already see some shortages. So this belt is empty because this belt is empty. Ah, it's the xenoferrite plates. Ah, the consequences of my own actions. So yeah, setting up all of that xenoferrite demand elsewhere has caused this to temporarily slow down, I guess. But it should catch up, right? Like, that shouldn't be a long-term problem. So, let's see here. Xenoferrite. Buying tons of it. Currently have none of it. So yeah, I guess that is an issue. How are you doing? You are doing fine. That is all backed up. These are producing at full capacity. And this is about to run out. But we are only 20 seconds away from a massive burst of xenoferrite. We should be fine. Should be fine. Alright. And is that the only problem that these guys are facing? Yeah, looks like it. Looks like everything else is doing just fine, and it does look like the xenoferrite is starting to back up. So yeah, the problem has seemingly been resolved. Yep, look at that. We've got plenty of new bots being produced now. Alright. Just would really love to see this back up more, but it should be fine. Xenoferrite production has... yeah, so all of these are running. All of those are running. And all of these belts are backed up. These ones aren't running, I assume, just because they're backlogged. Yep. Alright. So we've done it. We have managed to solve the problem by doing nothing. So now, if we check finances, transport bots are making sales. Cool. Farmer bots, the stores are not doing great, but should be recovering. How much money even is this? Like, does it say how... does it show, like, accounting history, sales charts? Profits. Transport bots are up. Farmer bots and light bots are doing their thing. This dips down just because the day hasn't finished yet, so don't worry about that. Editors, debts, yeah, okay. I guess I can do this. Let's do that to make our debt payment slightly lower, down to 19% instead of 20. That'll help money a little bit. Alright, so the transport bots are just going to be doing their thing. And I expect we're not going to make a huge amount of money off of them, but it's nice to just have them being produced. Alright, so then the next step will be even more robots. Actually, can we upgrade the cargo bay even more? It would be nice to just be able to set like the expected quantities of all of those to large numbers so that that sort of thing doesn't happen. Alright, let's buy another... we don't really need to buy another medium cargo ship at the moment. Should be fine there. So we have all this. we have all of this, which is good progress. Next, I think we are going to do snack bots. And I think we just import everything. I want to get as many types of bots producing as fast as possible, and just doing lots of imports and then one line of production is much easier than doing many lines of production like I did for that. And like the profits aren't going to be enormous anyways, so who really cares about losing some of that? So snack bots require 4 inputs, which is kind of high. It means we need 4 shipping pads. So let's craft those up. And actually make sure that we have all of these inputs unlocked, which I don't think we do. Station upgrades, market office. We definitely don't have glass. Take the cargo bay extension off. Add glass and xenoferrite plates. And machinery parts and electronic components, I believe we already did, right? Machinery components, electronic components, yep, both in there. Alright, so now we get these in. Oh, we also need a 5th for the output. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I guess this will go this way so that all of the inputs. Okay, actually, I think it needs to go like here because we need at least one input on the other side of it. So we get these in, and snack bots. Alright, then we just have to get all these lined up, so that's 1, 2. Why is it doing all this zigzaggy mess? Just go there and then turn. 3 inputs there. 1 input there. And then 1 output there. Alright. So then we just... I think we have to move this so that they start over there, just so that it's all straight once it gets to them. So then we get our inputs there, our outputs there, inputs, and yikes. Out of belts, almost out of loaders. Go back to restock. And also need building blocks as well. It's very convenient to run out of everything all at once so that you don't have to worry about like going back 5 separate times. Grab the belts. Then we head back the rest of the way. And we grab those. And those. And building blocks. Alright, glass license finished. Xenoferrite plates license is starting up. I don't even know if I have any sectors that want snack bots, but we're gonna produce them anyway and figure out what to do with them later. All right, so now we extend that out reasonably far. How much does this make? It makes 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And let's just go with 20. 20 should be fine. That's 200 snack bots a minute, which is a whole lot. So these belts all go along that way. And then we have these belts, which go here and then back. All right, now we put in the loaders. And once the Xenoferrite plate market license finishes, we will set up all of the space station stuff for this to work properly. Alright, so we get all of those. Then we get the outputs. And these all go in. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, now we head over to this side and we do these inputs. Which I guess we're starting with the middle. And once this finishes, once the research finishes, I'm going to immediately do that because we need to transport some stuff through the galactic market first, which is going to take some time. I don't really want to sit there and be fiddling with that multiple different times, so we're just setting this up. Alright, so all these go in. Alright. So we finished that. Now we need electronic components, xenoferrite, machinery components, and glass. Alright, new recurring order. Machinery parts. Get a bunch of those. New recurring order. Electronic components. Get a bunch of those. New recurring order. Glass. Get a bunch of those. Machinery components, electronic components, glass. New recurring order. Xenoferrite plates. Get a bunch of those. Alright, so I've put all of those in. And nothing has happened, which means we need more spaceships. So let's get one of those. Oh, actually we can just put all of those on market trade. And I'll get one more of these, send you on planetary shipping just to be sure. And then market trade. Looks like we are buying the stuff. Alright. So that's that. This should be cooking along. And in 5-ish minutes, that should be done. Now, we need to make a floor there for me to stand on. And does it matter which one of these? The first four are just generic inputs. So this will be xenoferrite plates. Done. Then this can be glass. Done. This can be machinery parts. And this can be... I've forgotten what I've done and what I haven't. Machinery parts, glass, xenoferrite plates. We need electronic components. Electronic components, done. And then this goes the other way and is snack bots. Alright, so once these are all set up, they will start with all this. And why? That's definitely not right. So that needs to do that. Otherwise, we're getting 2 out of this and none out of that. All right. So in the meantime, I should be putting more researches through, like wire coil and steel beams. And we'll leave it at those for now on that side of things. We do need more trade licenses, so I guess we'll put that one in the queue as well. Do these all give 10 trade licenses? Yeah. All the same with different costs. Alright. And the antenna is for sector unlocks, which I don't think we need at the moment. So let's check transport bots. Increase the sale price of them. We're going to need a lot of sale price for transport bots in order to get good money out of them. It's even more so true with this because it's a lot less efficient. Let's actually see what the income is this. So snack bots are these ones, they sale price of 30. So plates, machinery parts, components, and glass. And where does it say? So components are 7. Is it one of each? I should have checked that first. Yes, it's one of each. So glass is 6. Plates are 2, so that's 8. Plus 7 is 15, plus machinery parts is 18. And the snack bots that we sell are 20, or was it 30? Yeah, so 30. So we're turning 18 to 30, which is already a good deal before we get the price increases in to make it actually worthwhile. So yeah, that's going along. And the machinery parts, glass. Machinery parts are there. Glass is there. Plates are there. Electronic components seem to be nowhere to be found. Oh no, there they are. So we have a minute left, basically, until this starts working. And in the meantime, let's check how many of these we can even do. Snack bots. Where are the snack bots? So you want some snack bots. No one else? Alright, snack bots are apparently somewhat niche. It's fine, that just means that this production line here will probably be good for basically forever. And there's always the sales platform, of course. Alright. These are coming along. The plates should be here any second. And yeah, these are starting to land as well. Components, check. Glass, check. Waiting on you're descending at the moment. And are you also electronic components? Where are you? Do I have... Yeah, I have 1,000 electronic components in storage. Oh, but this is set minimum amount to move to 2,000, which is more than the 1,000 I have. I'm going to set you to 1,000 then. And there we go. Alright, so that's that. Snack bots are being produced. Probably. Oh, I never put in... Right, because I got distracted. I never put these in. So, these go in, and the snack bot production can commence. Alright, all this in. Cool. And snack bots are now being sent out. Alright, another mission accomplished. And let's see, did I actually not? Because there's like one thing. Alright, so we can go here, start making you lighter. There's like one place in all of this that wanted snack bots, and I may as well send them over there. Yeah, you. There you go. Have your snack bots. And all the rest of these places don't want snack bots. Right? Just no snack bots anywhere to be found in these sectors that I've unlocked. That's fine. Alright, so that's that. We're getting even more steel beams. So we can now buy most things that we would ever want. And the snack bot output is outputting. Really, this is hilariously a large quantity of snack bots for how few we actually are going to need, and how not very profitable it is to do it this way. Alright, more snack bots, get even lighter. It just makes them way more convenient to deal with if they don't weigh 200 pounds. Although in the case of snack bots, just getting more profit out of them every way we can might be better. Alright, so that is that. The next robot along is the screen bot, which requires polymer boards and circuit boards, which I believe I didn't get the polymer boards Where are you? Yeah, polymer boards market license. And queue upgrade. And send it to the front. Alright, so then that also uses xenoferric plates and glass, which we have here. And I may as well just grab the second belt out of these to use that. So we get 3 more shipping pads in, 2 for the new things and 1 for the output. So you go over that way. And 1. And 2. And expand that out a little bit. And a 3. Alright, so now we set this up, which is going to go here in between these 2. And it's going to get there. Alright, so we have 1 input there, 1 output over to there, and then these 2 inputs. Yeah. Actually, can I just put the light bot thing in? Where is it? Screen bot or something? Why are they in a different order there? So we get 3 inputs on this side, that one and those 2, and then it'll be done. So we get that one, then expand that space out, and then we get this one, which goes there, and then we get this one, which comes along there. Alright. Then we need to move this over so that it's all nice and straight when it starts. And then place a good 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to go more than 10. 9, 10, 11, 12. I think I'll go 20 again, just have that be a sort of standard. And Control Q. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Alright. That market research is finished, so now we can go to Galactic Market, new recurring order for circuit boards, and new recurring order for polymer boards. Alright, now we can head back, grab building blocks to keep going, and also more assemblers. Those market trade routes will happen while we're doing this, hopefully. Can I just check? Did they go in? No, I think we do need more. Alright, so we keep making the snack bot lighter. Then we head over here. Don't need more belts at the moment. We don't need more loaders at the moment. Although we're going to need more first rank loaders. We are going to need more of those. We'll just go up to 40. Grab all the building blocks and make our way back over. Alright, so over. And here we are. So I think the problem is oleumite. Like, we are using so many things buying oleumite barrels that it's just kind of a mess for everything that isn't oleumite. And I don't have enough money to buy another medium cargo ship, which would be the solution to that problem. So we're just going to ignore it. Drag these belts. How many of these do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I need 2 more. 19, 20. Alright, then these all go along there. And then these all go along here. 1 and 2. And expand the foundation out a little bit. And 3. Alright, now we just put the loaders in. So there you go. Alright, we're at technically enough that we could, in principle, put another medium tier 2 cargo ship in. I'm not going to do that at the moment because we might end up bankrupting ourselves, which would be a bit of a catastrophe. So instead, we're just going to be patient up to 171. Wait 1 more hour, I think, and then we'll do that. So all of these are going in. And then 1 more. So now all of these go in. Alright, keep placing these in. Alright, now we can go around this side and do these. So these all get 1 input. And soon these will all be in. Why are we down to 163,000? We were at 170,000 just recently. Must have bought a big set of stuff. Might even be the circuit boards for this. And that's exactly why I don't want to buy a new ship at the current moment, because fluctuations like that can happen and cause serious problems. Also, all of these need to be output. I just realized I was autopiloting and just placing without thinking. Alright, so now we just toggle. Place all of these. And keep on placing. Alright, so that's done. Now we need to check, buy more electronic components, as always, more glass, as always. Yeah, this is a giant mess of buying the same stuff over and over again. Let's get another tier 2 medium cargo ship and say buy stuff on the market. Alright, now we are quite low on funds. we can at least configure this. From the factory to the space station, you do screen bots. Then we go you, grab circuit boards, and you grab polymer boards. And that's everything that these require, right? Circuit boards, polymer boards, yep, alright. Alright, so those are all set up. And eventually, we're gonna have to get through all of this alumite that we apparently need to buy. Which I might... So the easy way to fix that would be to take whatever is using the most oil in the farmer bot production line and just import it directly. Like, instead of polymer boards, for example, we could just directly import those instead of producing them from liquid polymer and all that stuff. So let's consider that. It would definitely help a lot if it works. It would also slightly decrease the profitability of this, which I don't love, and it should not be a problem. We should just need to keep buying more ships every so often, and it should resolve itself. So I think I won't go and muck about with all that. We're just going to let that be. Alright, we just made a bunch of expensive purchases. Alright, Snackbot is now as light as it can go. You'd love to see it. FarmerBot is also about to level up. Alright. Lots of good progress there. We're once again find ourselves as usual waiting on space station upgrades. At some point I'm just gonna like AFK for a couple of hours. Probably just after the stream today, honestly. Just AFK for a couple hours, build up a lot of money, and buy a whole bunch of ships. And then it won't be a problem anymore. But for now, we are stuck waiting. Yeah, I see all sorts of stuff in the purchase list. I do not see circuit boards or polymer boards. Alright. Another big sales price boost. That's nice. Then we should head over there and see how the snack bots are holding up. May as well check by the transport bots as well. Alright, so these are the transport bots, and they are going away. Yep, that's just going as fast as it can go. And the snack bots, oh, I missed the foundation narrowly. Snack bots are just doing very little. Let's check finances. Sales chart. Alright, Snackbot is doing well. Lightbot's staying steady, of course. Transport bot's still going to be doing what it was doing last time. And is there a way of market? Yeah, market spend has gone up dramatically. Unsurprisingly, we're buying a whole bunch of stuff. But the sales should be doing well. mostly getting sales off of the sales platform. It'd be nice if I could see where the sales were coming from products. Because like this shows how many I'm selling and not how much money it makes. Yeah, so this is hit a stable point where we're just producing as many as we can sell. Then the snack bots are doing the same. They've hit a point where we are producing as many as we sell, and they're just sitting there. Alright, this is interesting. Sales platform. Oh, I never set up... Hang on. I forgot that you have to set that up. Boop. And screen bots as well. Might as well do that. Alright, so that should increase the amount of snack bots we sell by a huge amount. Because we were hardly doing anything on the other way of selling. Speaking of which, Galactic Market. Oh, I see circuit boards. I don't see polymer boards, though. Yeah, this is... If I put Alumite at the bottom of the list, because I think that's how it prioritizes, right? Is it prioritizes things above. Can I just drag this? No, you can't. You have to like manually move things around. And then we wouldn't be getting enough Alumite anyway, so like what would even be the point of that? Yeah, let's just let the Alumite accumulate. Alright. Well, so yeah, we just have to basically wait for money to fix everything. Your ship can only carry 50 max and you have it set to 100. I mean, it clearly works, right? Like, we're buying Alumite. The issue isn't that we aren't getting the Alumite bot. The issue is that we're spending so many ships buying Alumite that we aren't buying anything else. Alright, there we go. Another batch of those. So that goes. Still not sure how the circuit boards managed to sneak through. But hopefully the polymer boards will show up as well eventually. So let's see, what else can we do in the meantime? I guess we can set up... There's another thing I wanted to do today, which is set up the new fancy explosives. There's heavy explosive charge, which can destroy lava cave bedrock. So it'd be very convenient if I could go and get those set up so that I can make thermalite sheets easily instead of the absolute nightmare that it is currently. So, first of all, explosives. Ignium powder, low density Alumite. I have ignium powder and I have low density Alumite. Can you limit the ships to market to tier 2 medium ships? I don't think so. Like, you can tell the ships to do galactic market or not individually. So you can do that individually, but then that would just like significantly decrease the amount of just ships that I have. Because I do actually need to be buying all of that stuff from the galactic market to keep up. There's no way to like set it for specific routes, I think. Yeah, see, that would be ideal, but I like... I have all these other ships. I don't have anything else I'd be doing with them, and I need all of the galactic market capacity that it can do. So for now, at least I'm sort of stuck with them. Alright. So... ignium powder is there. And the other thing I needed for explosives was low-density alumite. Which... so we have crude alumite. Is this crude alumite or is this water? That's crude alumite. Yep, the plan is to just, like, buy a bunch of ships and then it'll eventually figure itself out eventually. So, yeah. Alright, where is the low-density alumite? Do I only ever use it over here? Let's see, we got that. It's one of these things, right? Did I not end up ever making low-density alumite? I could have sworn I did. All of these and none of them? So what is this? Something here is broken. Oh, this is the telexite situation, isn't it? Yeah, that's always going to be like that. Alright. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it was just a tiny belt in between all the rest of the stuff that's easy to miss. Alright, so we take that out. Put in a T intersection. And we start pulling it out. And we need to get it like... oh gosh, I seem to have cut off the bus with all that stuff over there because I wasn't expecting to expand it. That's a mild issue, but hopefully we just won't need to expand it that much more. We can also always just do another corner. So this needs to not be in the way of all the other machines. We need this to go over there. And then over there. Does that line up well? Yeah, that should be fine. Then we just drag this pipe over to some free space. And we might have to put a pump in it because this is a very long pipe. Alright, so now we're around here. We need a fluid assembler. Have any in my inventory. Hit V. It is... oh, it's pretty close. 266 out of 300. Throughput capacity was exceeded during one of the past 60 seconds. Alright, well, that's probably fine. Alright, let's craft up some fluid assemblers. And, oh, I did have some in my inventory, I just didn't see them. Alright, so that goes there. And make explosives. So then we just need the input and we need logistics container, which requires xenoferrite plates, because of course it does. Let's fly all the way over here. Alright, so the xenoferrite plates are over here somewhere. And here we go. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so now we can make a couple of those and make our way back. Alright, so now we're over here again. So copy that, place it in there, and then that output goes there. Okay, so now we have to hook the pipes up and just hit random buttons until it works. Then that goes up and then over and oh, depth perception. Thank you. We need to go one further. And there. Alright. So that is attached in. Now we just go intake, output, and hook that up and find the ignium powder, which is, gosh, where is it? I could have sworn it was closer than this. Here it is. How do I get this out? So this is using old belt speeds. That's fun. Alright, so I think what we do is we just go under that pipe and then curve up this way and then head out here. Up we go. And one more up, just to leave some space by all of this other stuff. Okay, now we have to dodge underneath that pipe. And, oh gosh, whatever that is, please get rid of it. Somewhat lucky, that could have merged two random belts that I didn't want to be merged and caused serious problems, but it didn't. Alright, please line up, thank you. Alright, so now we need to probably get this on top of that to get around that pipe. And we're about to run out of belts. Let's stop by and grab some more. 2, 3, 4 stacks of those. Alright, now we bring these the rest of the way. Somewhere around there, now we worry about bringing them down. And yeah. Alright, so that should be Tier 1 explosives automated. So then we need that. So then we need an explosive charge, which is an assembler with a bunch of stuff. And then we need liquid fuel, explosive charge, and explosives. Alright, so get an assembler. It requires a lot of stuff. We'll give it some space. Explosive charge. So we get input, 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 fourth input, and output. So that is input number 1. And we're going to need more of these probably. Alright, so then attach all those together. And that one. And that one. And then put it in a box. So that is that. Oh, did I just see the grid flicker? Did I see that? How did that happen? That might be a problem if it's flickering now of all times. Ah, yes, the transformers on the main bus are not sufficient. Alright. Easily fixed, assuming we have the resources to craft another large transformer. So let's get you in. And just this random power pole. Alright. Large transformer. Alright. Connect that in. That's apparently just too tall. And now the grid should be fine. Alright, so what were we doing? We were doing this. Right. So we need plates, wire coils, and electronic components. Alright. See if we can find those. Here are the electronic components. That's nice and straightforward. So those just go from there. And let's see, we're going to sneak these under those belts and around to there, I guess. And that didn't work at all. Why did that do that? Alright. Wire coils check. Or electronic components check. Wire coils and xenoferrite plates next. The wire coils might be a problem. Those might be all the way back on the other side of the bus. Alright. Do I see... Alright, there's the plates. As expected, not terribly far back. But sort of an awkward spot to grab them from. Also, we need to replace those. It'll be more convenient to grab them from up here. And that goes in. Alright, then this needs to go up a little higher. And up all the way up here, apparently. The bus is growing quite tall. The bus is growing quite tall indeed. It's still functional, though. That's the important part. Alright, no, we messed that up. We went down too low. So we need to get over that. And then there. And then go the rest of the way down. Alright, that's those. And now it's just wire coils. Which could prove to be a problem. And of course, even if they do exist somewhere along this belt, it's going to be hard to find them. There's technomrods. I could just make a new set of wire coils here, I guess. That would be kind of horrible for organization purposes. But it would be way more convenient. Yeah, let's do that. So you go out. Is that going to be too close to this? No, we can barely get up over that pipe. Alright, now this comes along this way. And goes along here. And keeps coming along. Alright, I guess we need this to be like a weird backward facing thing. So we need that. And we need some space in front of it. So you make wire coils. And I think we do that. And then this can go backwards. And leave some space for that to go up. And that goes there. Then this has to slope down, which can't do quick enough. So let's take that out. Alright. Now we have input, output. Alright, now we are making tier 1 explosive charges. Very cool. How fast does this go? 24 a minute. How fast does this go? 12 a minute. Alright, we're going to need more of these. So that should be enough. Assuming the inputs are enough, which it should be. So that gets all of those. Then all of those. Also, these need to be exactly the opposite of how I set them. So those. And these buttons are so tiny and hard to reach. Those and those. Then we just take that out. Ooh, I took the wrong pipe out. Just click. Then that goes in, that goes along. And all of these get T intersections. Alright, so that should be more than enough of that. So now we're making those. And finally, we need liquid fuel, which is just low-density alumite in a chemical processor. So we have low-density alumite there. Alright, we need to turn the bus, I think. Or we could raise the bus over this, but that seems horrible. It does seem more convenient than orchestrating a massive curve. Alright, let's do that. This'll be fine. Alright, so we need to go like... 'cause this is as fast as the slopes go, right? So yeah, that's a good convenient rate for a slope. And we just need to hope that this makes it high enough. Yeah, that should be enough height. Alright, very, very normal things are happening here. Alright. So now we extend that out. Although it's supposed to extend out this way, so most of that space is just going to be wasted. Alright, so this belt represents like the theoretical speed at which something goes up. Sort that, and chemical processor. Do I have any currently? A random steam turbine, I don't need you. Chemical processor. There you go. So let's just put you somewhere there with a tank. Move you a little bit even further over. I just crafted another tank instead of placing one. Alright, so you go there, and you can then go there. Alright, now we grab this, and we're definitely going to need a pump somewhere along here. Yep, as expected. Let's put it like there. So we grab that and put you in, and then we need more small power poles to get the power around this area. Then we put that in. Bring that over. Actually, like, put that on top of that. And then there, and then there. Just putting power poles directly on top of other things. Very sensible and normal. Alright, so we need to rotate that up. And then bring this up to somewhere. Did I put the recipe in this already? Liquid fuel. Olymite goes in the front. Fuel comes out the back. Alright, so then this rotates like that. Comes along there. And I guess we T-intersection this, just in case we might want to expand this at some point in the future. And that comes out there. And now we just need to zigzag these corners in to match up. And done. Now we just take the fuel. And same thing, T-intersection in case we ever need to expand this. Comes out to there. And down. And in. Alright. Fuel is being made. Somewhat slowly, but probably don't need all that much. Alright, so then we just have to get the explosives, the fuel, and what was the charges in, I believe, a fluid assembler. Let's craft some of those up. apparently I still had some, and I just am blind to fluid assemblers for some reason. Alright, so then we get logistics container, fluid assembler. And no, it's not a fluid assembler. It is a chemical processor itself. Okay. Understandable. Chemical processor is down here somewhere. Need polymer boards. This factory has polymer boards. Let's yank some of these. And craft that up. I basically only need one of these, realistically speaking. Like, it's producing something which I hardly ever use. We do need space for pipes. Although we probably don't need space for pipes in the back, actually, because it has a solid output. So if we just do that and configure make heavy explosive charges. Yep, that should work. Alright, now we just have to move the box to the right area. Box goes there. And we get one input, two inputs, one output, and we go input, input, output. Oh, by the way, I should have been checking. We have lots of money now, so I can first of all upgrade whatever needs upgrading. Light bots, snack bots can get that, screen bots can be lighter. Alright, and then I need better spaceships. So let's... I guess we sell some of these tiny ones, the tier 2s, for the space. Sell them off the market trade route, because we potentially need the ones doing planetary shipping. Alright, that. Alright. Just add hangar space then, and we will deal with buying the ships soon. Alright, so then we need the charges, the fuel, and the... Yeah, so we also need to grab pipes. Where are the pipes? Where are the pipes? Pipes are around here somewhere. Here they are. I have another couple stacks of those. And let's see here. Explosives are here. Handheld stuff is there. We need to expand this belt out so that it can split, and then one of the branches goes back in and the other can continue on up. Sure, like that. Then we need to get the handheld charges out and do the same thing, although they don't need to split. Alright, so let's get those off-center from each other, and then up we go. Up one more. And just like that. And then that goes in there. Then we grab these. We mash E a whole lot. until they are up here. And in they go. Alright, now we just set that up and attach the fuel pipe in. So we get that, which comes out a little bit, then goes up. I think that's the right alignment. Then it comes out here, curves around and in. All right, that's that, and we are now making heavy explosive charges, which means the next time we go to set up thermalite sheet production, we can actually be somewhat reasonably efficient about it. It's not going to be hugely awkward. We're just going to have to let these pile up. They look the same on the belts, despite being red for their icon. I wonder if that's just a bug or something, or if it's intentional. Alright, so we have those. Then we're still waiting on the hangar bay extension to happen. And have we really not done any of the screen bots? No, we must have, right? I think we upgraded them. Yeah, the screen bots have eventually shown up. Love to see it. And there we go. R&D lab. Alright, screen bots are now as light as they can be. And now it's just a question of more upgrades for getting them to be more sail-worthy. I wonder if it's worth putting the sails platform to minus 25%, but not for farmer robots. For snack and screen, and maybe even transport, just so that we sell more of them, which means we make more of them, which means they upgrade faster. And the upgrades will eventually offset the potential. I mean, we might even be taking losses on these, but it's going to be very minor losses if so. And the increased experience should make up for it in the long run, and then we can eventually set them back to normal. Alright, so that is that. And we have screens, we have snacks. What other types of robots can we set up nice and quick? Science-assisted drones require 3 things I've already imported for the bots: hover engines and energy cells, which are very expensive. So 5 inputs, really? Mining drones are doable. Combat drones and heavy-duty stuff require thermalite sheets. Vacuum bot, is that just the same recipe as transport bots? Yeah, that's literally the same recipe for a slightly lower sales price. I mean, I guess for filling the galactic market, that's worth it. Seems quite silly, though. Speaking of which, yeah, this is still doing all that stuff. Alright, now we have space. Let's just buy 2 of these. And that should... with that, we should... I mean, we were close to stable on the galactic market anyways. With all of those, we should be fine. Alright. Oh, I almost just got squashed by a transport ship. Should probably not be flying around directly above those. Alright, I think we're probably just gonna... Let's just set up one more production line, which will be around here somewhere. And what do we want to do? Mining drone, or we have already done light bots. Or vacuum drones. Let's just do mining drones. So we need steel, advanced machinery parts, and hover engines. So technorods, advanced machinery parts, electronic components. So we extend this out. And we need like 3 more, maybe? I've forgotten already. So we need 1 for steel, 1 for advanced machinery parts, and we already have circuit boards, and 1 for technorods. Actually, these are just... Yeah, no, those are machinery parts and steel, so that's more trouble than it's worth. Alright, so I think we need 1 more. So we get these in. 1, 2, 3. We need more building blocks. So let's head back, grab more building blocks, and while we're at it, belts. The belts are going to be here. Get those, then we go over here for the building blocks. This game would be so much more convenient if dimensional storage existed, or some similar way of automatically filling up your inventory. It would be so great if I didn't have to like constantly run back every so often. Alright, so we get all that. Now we head on over here. Alright. So first of all, I noticed that this one is not aligned properly, so let's get rid of it and align it properly. So that goes there. Then we get more space, and 1 more. Alright. So, mining drones, we need steel beams, advanced machinery parts. Did I unlock? I've unlocked all of those, right? Station upgrades, market office. Yeah, must have. Steel beams are there. Advanced machinery parts, I actually don't see. Is that even an option? Apparently not. Either it's not an option or I'm blind. One of those two. Oh no, there it is. So yeah, steel beam check, advanced machinery parts check. And circuit boards check. Hover engines require technorods. Alright, so first up is the hover engines. You need technorods, advanced machinery parts, and electronic components. Space station to the factory. Give me some rods. And Space station to the factory, advanced machinery components. And let's tell the market to buy those. Technum rods. And oh, I need to go into here, advanced machinery components. A bunch of those. And the electronic components we already have. They are over there. So with these set up, rods, advanced machinery components, we can take them and set that up. So we go somewhere like here, and we set up some space, some of those, to make hover engines under components. That's 20 a minute each. And just so that I can see the robot itself. Where is it? Why are they all in a slightly different order here? Mining drone needs 6 a minute each. So if we want to do 20 of those, we need to do 6 of these. That works out shockingly well. So this gets hover engines 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this gets 2 inputs there. An input there. And an output there. And I actually think the output is going to be over there. So this comes like that. Then we grab electronic components. So let's send you out and around. To like here, right? So you go somewhere like there, and then down into that. Components, check. Technum rods, check. So then we just need to send the advanced machinery parts in and check that they're actually buying on the galactic market. Technum rods, advanced machinery components. I do not see them anywhere in here, but I did set them up. So we're going to have to live with that. In the meantime, start upgrading screen bots and transport bots so that they are somewhat profitable. Alright, so we have all of this. And this produces the hover engines, so we just need to hook these up. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why would you do that? Please just place normally. There we go. Alright, now we need the outputs for these, which go onto this belt. Then we need that. We need circuit boards, steel beams, advanced machine parts. So this is going to be steel beams. Space station to factory, steel beams, do whatever. And I think we actually, for the sake of compactness, we have that belt go the other way and somehow dismantled the connectors too. Didn't mean to do that. I was hopefully just take the belt out from under it, but not that much work to fix. Alright, so then we get these in. And how much space do we need to give this? Probably a fair amount. Robots, mining drones. So we need 4 inputs and an output. So that's 1 input. That's the second input. 3rd input. 4th input. Output. Alright, so the output goes over here and into that, which I will tell to do mining drones. Factory to space station, mining drone, done. Then, these are advanced machinery components, which is this one. So we split there and go in. Ooh, that's these ones. That's fun. Alright, so advanced machinery components, check. Then we need the steel beams, which are this one, which just barely squeezed through that little spot. Then we need circuit boards and hover engines. Hover engines there. Circuit boards. Did I just pass over them? I did. Alright, so pop that in. Grab these guys. Go up. Over this way. Up a little bit more. And then we need to be a bit creative. Alright. There we go. Now all those are set up. Why are the steel beams not showed up? Like all the others have, right? Did I not tell it to buy steel beams? I forgot to tell it to buy steel beams. Whoops. Alright, you go there, and it gets set instantly. That's a good sign. Also, the R&D lab keeps giving me things now that I have like 50 different types of bots. So upgrade sale price, upgrade sale price. Alright, now we just need a whole bunch of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I need this space there to expand out. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 17, 18, 19, 20. Alright, so that's that. Now we just have to run the belts and hook up the attachments, which we're going to need more we're going to need more loaders, specifically second lane loaders, or we're going to run short of. Alright, so that goes there. Then this goes along. And these go along. Alright. Let's stop back and grab the loaders before we run out. Let's head over here. And it's still just so far away. Actually, because of the way we sort of expanded this out, it's actually just no closer than the original spot where you can grab building blocks. Alright. Let's grab some of those since we're almost out. Grab some of those, some of those, some of those, and a couple of those. Bit low on belts, but not enough to stop and grab them. So now we fly back and finish this off. Alright, so back over here. Alright, we have all the belts in. Now we start placing in the loaders. And hopefully we'll have this finished by the time the steel beams show up. It should not be too far in the future. Alright, that's the first lane of those. As we can wrap around and do the first lane of these as well. Farewell, circuit boards, you will be missed. Alright, so all these go in. And keep on placing them. Alright, now we're up to second lane, which are not outputs. Set U as input. Set U as input. So all of these go along. Use up the hover engines. Don't fail to place them, or there'll be weird problems in the future. Alright, now we go around and we do these, which still haven't shown up. Also, I think we might have broken the grid again. So that's going to be the thing. I think next stream we're going to just go absolutely crazy with making the biggest, best power grid ever. So we never have to do this stuff, so we never have to worry about it again. And just keep placing all of these. Almost done. Alright, so the grid is not in a great spot right now, but it is almost daytime. Yeah, so as expected, the batteries ran out, and now we're just purely running on steam turbine power, which is enough to keep things technically going, but not fully. That'll be solved once daytime comes around and the solar panels start up again, but we're gonna have to improve power even more, which I think what we're gonna do next stream is we're going to finally fully automate large solar panel production and large battery production and just go absolutely insane with them, just placing them everywhere. Ah, yes, and the power grid is strained, so I can't do that for now. So solar panels should be on now. Right now. And yep, power grid's back on. So somewhere in here, farmer bots get an upgrade. That's great. And the trade list is shorter than usual. And oh, look at that. The steel beam showed up while I was distracted with that. Alright, and there go our mining drones. So we need to enable those on the sales platform. And then go to Galaxy Map and just scan through any of these guys that need mining drones. No, none of them there. Alright, you need mining drones, so we'll... There you go. Have some mining drones. Then we just keep clicking through these guys. None of you, none of you. Alright, well, didn't get to send too many off there, but got a couple at least. And the sales platform will also, of course, be selling. Alright, so with that, we have a whole new type of bot, which we need to make lighter. Alright, so I think we're going to end the stream there. We made good progress. We added 3 new types of drones to our various production lines, and we've got a bunch more to go. So next time we finally fix our power problems and then add more robots. There's still plenty more to go. So even for the non-Thermalite sheet ones, which are easier, we still have Science Assistant and Vacuum and Cleaning. And then once we set up the Thermalite sheet production with those fancy new explosives we figured out today, then we will have a bunch more to go. And then, of course, there's the rest of these guys. So still got tons of work left to do, but we are making serious progress. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I stream Foundry Tuesdays and Thursdays from 2 to 5 Eastern Time. I also stream Satisfactory Monday, Wednesday, Friday, same time. So if you're interested in 3D factory building games, then this is the place to go. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Make sure to follow if you haven't already. And I will see you